Hi guys. Today is a very sad day for us, for the country. We had a state funeral for our beloved statesman, founding father, Kenneth David Kaunda. So it's very sad, very, very sad for us, and the sad thing is that HH was denied a chance to be among the official mourners of the state funeral. So to me, I'm very sad. It's heartbreaking. It's really, really heartbreaking. I don't even have words. I'm loss of words. So Frederick, if you have something to say, you can just come on.
Okay, thank you very much for according me this opportunity. And I want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in to this broadcast. Yeah, it's a sad day indeed. Yeah, as everyone, David Kaunda, and the saddest part is that our very own, the son of this land, President Hakainde Hichilema, has been denied the invitation to attend this state funeral. You can imagine how you can imagine the colors of attending this state funeral. To attend the state funeral as if Hakainde Hichilema was an enemy of which I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. So what the PF are doing, it's bad. And we are not happy about this. This was not politics. This was a funeral, a state funeral for that matter. A lot of PF cadres have attended. A lot of PF cadres have been given invitation cards. Why not Hakainde Hichilema? So what the PF are doing, it's very evil. Very evil. They are evil people. Now their time is up. Instead of reconciling using this funeral, yet they are busy creating enmity. They are busy oppressing. What they have done is a very big damage and it's heartbreaking thing. So I'm short of words. I don't know what word I can use. I'm a mourner. This is not politics, but beyond. But what our PF have done, it's sad. It's like they hate us. And this has been clearly shown that how much they hate Hakainde Hichilema. Denying him to mourn the founding father of this nation, it's a very big hate, 100%. So let us all unite. The PF are evil. They have failed. They have shown how much they hate us as Zambian, not only Hakainde Hichilema, but as Zambian. So they are not Christians. Yet they are busy posting verses, this what and this what. Yet what they are doing is parallel to that. It's parallel. So they are not Christian. I don't know what religion I can put them. They are evil, totally evil. So anyway, I'm short of weight, but I just want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. And on 4 August, don't forget to vote for Hakainde Hichilema. Make sure your voter's card, don't replicate it with 100 quarter or anything else from PF. They are evil people. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Frederick. Thank you. So, guys, we are just here. It's a sad day. We had the state funeral for our beloved Super Ken. And unfolding events is that HH was not invited. Someone who knew the president personally was left out by design, intentionally to hurt him. It's a hate crime of the worst kind I've seen. Because, you know, a funeral is when people come together. And a funeral is time to reconcile. So this hatred, for me, is not against HH. This hatred, for me, is against the people of Zambia. Because the people of Zambia are the ones who have chosen HH. HH did not put himself there to be the head. This is the Zambian people who have chosen HH. So for PF to show that what they did is just showing how much they hate us, all Zambian people. This PF's not inviting HH is actually an attack on the Zambian people. It's a direct attack on the Zambian people, and we should not look at this as they left HH out. They left us Zambians out because we Zambians have chosen HH. HH is our representative on the political side. On a personal note, HH knew Super Ken personally. He visited him. And we have cadres who have never even met. They have no relationship with the Super Ken. They were accorded VIP treatment. My heart broke to see the picture of HH sit there alone and watch the funeral from his house. Mr. Sikaile, you can take over.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Well, I think it's a very unfortunate day on this platform and probably for the entire country of the development which has just taken place. And, you know, many times that when we talk about national issues that are affecting the country, people, they think maybe we're just trying to be malicious. But I think what has happened today has given the world a clear picture of what is obtaining in line with the governance system of our country and everything going on in our nation, and as we prepare for the 2021 general elections. So that was a very quick action that the PF thought to help them out, whatever benefit that they have gained at the end of the day, but it has just shown how retrogressive these colleagues they are. You know, the time for mourning is the time for people to come together, the people to work together, the people to unite. Then probably the entire of the president has chosen that people should divide. And I'm pretty sure, you know, the world has seen for itself that something is wrong with our country. Now, today, I have just a few issues that probably I want to try to discuss on these current affairs. Certain serious issues that I felt like it would be very important that for the country with people, we know what is going on and things like that. First and foremost, I have last time we discussed about the issue of Mr. Chimbakambwili regarding the tribal campaigns, and then we saw the ECZ making an announcement that he has been suspended, and he also went to have a meeting with ECZ where he dared that he's not going to apologize over his tribal remarks against the people of Southern Province. Basically, one thing that I want to inform the country is that, you know, just as we have said time and again, Mr. Kambwili, he has been put in a very fixed situation, and whatever he has been doing, especially these recent tribal campaigns that he has been doing it in the interest of President Edgar Lungu. And in fact, it's not even the Electoral Commission of Zambia that ordered Mr. Kambwili, or rather suspended him. It was Mr. Edgar Lungu, after feeling ashamed, that he had to order ECZ to suspend Mr. Kambwili. Otherwise, ECZ is in its own capacity, they couldn't have managed to do that. So that's the most unfortunate part. Now, there is something which is very interesting about what Mr. Kambwiri has been doing of late that we feel we should be able to talk about it as Zambians, and for the sake of the future and the record, the history of our country, we have to know where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are going. Now, there's a very interesting issue that has just reached us. This is the issue that has been now. Many people have asked why the president has been very quiet regarding the tribal demands. Now, there's one thing that has made the entire president to be very quiet about the attacks on the Tonga-speaking people. One of them is that the whole entire issue it was centered on postponing the elections. You have all seen different reports in the medias, also surrogates of the PF government trying to claim, or rather to suggest, that we have to postpone the August elections. And why do we have to postpone the August elections? Because the PF government, they have seen that all their attacks, all their rigging schemes are not working to their best interest, and therefore they feel they need a lot of time to maneuver around so that they can see how they can manipulate the system. Now, this is what the entire State House has been working on. The whole idea, they assigned Mr. Kambwiri to start dividing the country, especially coming out on the tribal lines, with a hope that the country would start, there will be confusion in the country. That was the agenda that was set by State House. Now, how did the State House set that agenda, and how will we come to know what is going on? After they had set this agenda, it has been in the best interest that in the few days, State House was hoping to see maybe these people starting fighting the other side, so that President Edgar Lungu would have an opportunity to declare a state of emergency. And after declaring a state of emergency, he would order to prolong the holding of the elections, or rather suspend everything, so that people, they don't vote in August. Now, this is very unfortunate. If a sitting president can get to such desperations, then as a country, we are moving in a very, very, very dangerous way. If a president, the whole lot of a President Edgar Lungu, can sit down and sanction such plans where he wants people to start fighting, he finds someone to go and cause confusion, to go and display the hate speech, so that people, they can start fighting each other. It does not benefit the interests of the people of Zambia. And I'm appealing to the church. Just today in the morning, I sent a letter to the Catholic secretary, complaining about what is going on in our country, complaining what President Edgar Lungu is doing. And this is something that in the few days as a country, we really need to pay particular attention, because we do not know what really the PF are after realizing that the people of Zambia, they are no longer interested in their agenda, and they want to vote, they want a change of government.
You can go ahead. You are okay.
All right. Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are audible. You are clear.
All right. Yes. So now, after what is going on, I want the country to know one thing. This goes to the Army Commander, Mr. William Sikaile. Dear General Sikaile, we are very much aware of you being advised through the connections that you have from State House, that you want to unleash the military into the streets. This is something which is very serious, and it's very unfortunate that you, our men in uniforms, especially the top commands, you are succumbing to wrong things, to wrong directives, things that if we have confusions in the country today, all of us, we are going to be the victims. Whether you are a military personnel, no matter what rank that you hold, as long as you have got relatives, you are going to have a problem. You are going to be the victim of that. Now, Mr. Sikaile, I want you to leave the Zambia Army with a legacy. I want you to leave the Zambia Army with a legacy. You being driven, we have already seen how the Zambia police has been abused, completely abused. But you also want to drag the whole lot of the army to be abused by PF cadres. Now, one thing that you should know that when you are ordered to send the soldiers in the streets to start beating up those opposing, or maybe those who are assumed not to be Zambians in your own interest, you should know that those soldiers, those are their relatives, their families, their friends that they are going to meet in the streets. And that is not right for the country like Zambia. At this point in time, we expect you men in uniforms to be very patriotic to the country, to make sure that you advocate for peace, but not advocating for further oppression of the Zambian people. I think the people of Zambia have been oppressed for quite some time. We have lost lives. People have been crying for justice. The justice system is broken. But we have people in the army, people who are sworn in to protect the constitution of Zambia. Mind you, the first allegiance that you have is not to the president, it's to the constitution, because even the president is the subject of the constitution of the country. All of us, we have to abide and respect the constitution of Zambia. But you people in the securities who have succumbed, who are listening to Mr. Edgar Lungu, that can you go and make those orders? Can you send the soldiers in the streets so that they can cause confusion? I don't see that to be right. I don't see that to be right. These are the soldiers that you know how much they are paid. You know how much your juniors, your private soldiers, they are getting at the end of the day. Some of them, they go home with a 3,000 in this hard economy. And you want to send them to go into the streets, to go and start attacking their fellow Zambians in the interest of a few individuals who are scared to lose elections. That's unacceptable, sir. That is unacceptable. And I want the people of Zambia to take keen interest in what Mr. William Sikaile is trying to do with the army. And I'm very certain that our juniors in the army and the rest of the army, they know what is obtaining on the ground. They know what is good for the country. But Mr. William Sikaile, you can do better, sir. Don't bring confusion on top of what the PF government has already brought. The army is a very sacred department that it deserves a lot of respect. But if you want the army to be disrespected, can you make those unnecessary orders where you are told, go in the streets and target that one, those perceived to be anti-PF? It is not going to work like that. We already have a lot of problems. We have issues to do with the ECZ. The ECZ have failed to take responsibility of their actions on various serious and very, very critical issues. We can talk about the purchasing of NRCs from ECZ. ECZ is very quiet about it. Why? Because they know that they are collaborating. They are working hand in hand with the State House to manipulate things, and which is unacceptable. And we have stated, even today, in the letter that we have written to the Catholic Secretary, Father Cleopas Lungu, we are asking the Catholic Church to say, we have certain information about the ECZ, about the State House, where they are trying to manipulate these elections through these voters' cards and the NRCs that they have been buying from citizens. We are not talking from the bruise. We are talking based on what the information that we have gathered, based on the information that we have researched. We have done our investigations, and we cannot just wake up and start making any false allegations and stuff like that. We want the ECZ to behave in a very responsible manner. But look, now we want to have another department, another very serious department, which is the Zambia Army, trying to also to start behaving like the Electoral Commission of Zambia, which is unacceptable. It's very, very, very unacceptable. These are some of the developing issues from the barracks. And we know what is going on in every barrack. We know how the army, the State House is trying to induce the security wings to fight the people of Zambia. That's unacceptable. We want free and fair elections. Already we have seen that these elections, they have never been fair, because from the process, the entire process of these elections, they have never been fair. ECZ has been very arrogant because they are getting commands, they are getting orders, not from the constitution of Zambia, which puts them in those offices, but from individuals in setups who are scared of losing power because they have committed a lot of crimes against humanity, and their fear is to go to prison when they lose power. But we want to make this very straight that at the end of the day, the Zambian people are the majority, and we want them to be respected by anyone who is holding a public office, because one day, each one of you will be held accountable for these atrocities. Each one of you are going to be held responsible of messing up with this country. So don't bring more confusions to this country.
Thank you, Mr. Sikaile. If you're just joining us, we are here with our special guest, Sikaile. He's an Amnesty International activist, human rights activist, and he's here to share intel. We have just received special intelligence information that the PF government have been using Kambwili to spew hatred among ourselves as Zambians, the hate speech, which is the tribalism, which if the Tongas finally get fed up and the violence starts, we have just been told that it was a plan by PF to use Kambwili to instigate violence in the country. And after the violence starts, the commander-in-chief now will have the power to create a state of emergency. So this is the breaking news, guys. The PF now have used they have played all their cards and they have failed. So the last resort in Kambwili's rants about tribalism are part of a plan to instigate violence, so that when violence starts, then the president can declare a state of emergency. We have also learned with sad news, there was a state funeral and our president was left out. Myself, I'm emotional and I'm not going to talk much because so my son, you can take over Matomola. It's just a sad day for me. It's I never thought that I can live to a day where I can see a ruling government show so much hatred to the people of Zambia. It's not hatred to HH. People of Zambia chose HH. So the hatred they are showing is to us, the people. So Matomola, you can chip in and then from there. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for those that are watching us. Madam Pomolo, Comrade Sikaile, thank you so much for the insight that you're giving to the Zambian people. I want to also say that I'm very much disappointed. As a party in Lusaka district, we are very much disappointed in the manner in which President Edgar Chagwa has got so much hatred for President Hakainde Hichilema. To start with, President Hakainde Hichilema is a Zambian citizen. He's a senior citizen. When critical events of such magnitude like the one that we have, the one that we have where we've lost the first Republican president of our country, everyone must be invited. But this politicization of KK's funeral, what is us the citizens? I remember a few weeks ago, I said it that KK's funeral was going to be politicized. A lot of people argued and they thought that I was speaking from without. But today, my suspicions about my analysis about the politicization of KK's funeral have come to pass. KK's funeral has been politicized for political mileage. The PF government, President Edgar Chagwa is using KK's funeral as a person to order thing to use to campaign around the country in all the 10 provinces. Furthermore, they want to paint a picture to the international community that everything in our country is okay. They fear HH so much that his presence amidst the citizens, attention will gravitate from Edgar Lungu to President Hakainde Hichilema. I don't know, but I can only imagine what could have happened today if President Hakainde Hichilema went in the showgrounds and made an appearance. There could have been overwhelming jubilation. These people have learned that they have lost popularity, and they know that HH is loved by majority Zambians, and that is the reason why they don't want to share a platform with him, because they are afraid.
Matomola, just a minute. I just want to say something. Somebody, Agnes Nkonde, he's saying, sorry, Arebwelelapo, please don't bring your rubbish on this page. We don't want UPF. This is not a page for PF. Take your rubbish somewhere else. Don't come on our page and start writing nonsense.
So I think don't mind them. Allow them.
No. It's wrong. There are a lot of comments here. People are coming to write nonsense on top of what has happened. So I'm just telling them that take your nonsense elsewhere. And I'm going to ban and block you guys. It's nonsense.
Madam Moderator, because if you let us give them a platform to express their views, and this is what differentiates people. Because if we ban them from expressing their views, we'll be not different from them. People will not see the difference. We understand them, that's their culture, where they don't want other citizens to express their views. So on this one, I would appreciate that. Let us allow them to express their views. And that's what democracy is all about. It's them who can't withstand a democratic setup kind of thing. But let us show them that we are above their petness. We have so many serious issues as a country that we have to concentrate on. We have the state funeral, and we have also a couple of number of issues as a country. I would say, Comrade Matomora and Madam Moderator there, the country is in trouble because there's no leadership. There are only individuals masquerading to be leaders. This is why you can have individuals who can ban a prominent politicians from attending a funeral of the first Republican president. That clearly shows the lack of leadership. Because when you look at Hakainde Hichilema, what type of a Zambian is he? He's a law-abiding citizen. He is a Zambian that today, he is one of the largest taxpayers in the country, who pays a lot of taxes in the country. That even the same PF guys, those vehicles that they are jumping on, the money that you see them flashing, is part of Hakainde Hichilema's taxes. Hakainde Hichilema, when you look at the governing system, he is part and parcel of the government because he has a lot of MPs, members of parliament, who are also part and parcel of the decision making. And therefore, if it was in a civilized country, even during this time of campaigns, Hakainde Hichilema deserved the state security. That if it was in a civilized country, but sorry, because we are being governed by people whose thinking capacity is like upside down. They only think about themselves. This is why today they can wake up and plan all sorts of very, very disgusting things without realizing that they have got relatives across the country, without realizing that they have got friends in those compounds where they want to be confusion. So we don't have leadership, and I think it's the high time that we should provide alternative leadership by acting in a different way. And I think that's what I just thought of adding on that. Just leave them to express their views.
Yes.
Sure.
So I was on a thought. Thank you so much, comrade. And I wish to agree with Madam Pumulo's sentiments and Comrade Sikaile's sentiment on what is happening in this country. Today, the PF have shown once again that they fear the influence of Zambian people. When they realize that they never invited President Hakainde Hichilema, they used their thugs to create a fake invitation card that they circulated on Facebook to make it seem as if President Hakainde Hichilema was invited to that occasion, but he decided not to attend. Now, that is forgery and that. Now, the big issue here is President Hakainde Hichilema is feared. They fear the UPND, and that is the reason why they will never. I want Zambian people to agree with me and to move with me in this direction, that they will never give Hakainde Hichilema an open platform to express himself because they fear him. They fear the influence that he has, and that is the reason why they have blocked him from campaigns. These people, they would rather cage this man and put him under house arrest. You've seen a lot of assassination attempts that have happened on his life. One time in Kanyama, I was next to President Hakainde Hichilema. The vehicle for President Hakainde Hichilema was behind. In front, the vehicle that was in front of President Hakainde Hichilema, that is where we were. Okay, busy doing our usual media programs for the party. Okay, a tear gas and a live bullet was fired, aimed at him. Okay, and that canister, that tear gas landed in our vehicle. Just after that tear gas landed in our vehicle, a live bullet was fired. This man, they would rather he's dead. They would rather they kill him. You saw how many days he spent in Mkobeko. So what we are saying is that Zambia has become ungovernable. And the sooner that we realize as Zambians that we are on our own, the better. Institutions of governments like ECZ, they are not there to protect the citizens. Institutions like the Zambia police have been weakened by this same man who is tribal. President Edgar Chagwarungu is the greatest tribalist that we have in this country. Today, we are seeing cadres stripping off naked a woman because she put on UPND regalia. Today, my heart bleeds. After seeing that video circulating of a woman who woke up in the morning, she's a proud UPND sympathizer. She went in town with a UPND Chitenge material. She was on a public minibus. And when they reached in town or somewhere about, PF cadres landed on her, turned that Chitenge material. They even went further to strip that woman, to start tearing the leggings, the trouser that she was wearing inside. That is a type of brutality that President Edgar Chagwarungu has exhibited, and wouldn't love the international community to see that Zambia is ungovernable. Today's event at the showgrounds was heavily characterized by PF cadres. I was in town and I was at the showgrounds today, and I want to update the nation that the people that were in the audience as showgrounds were carried in political party regalia. There were a lot in number, okay? And the time that President Edgar Lungu stood to speak, what we saw is cadres chanting slogans of PF, and they were meant to sit in the audience as if they are ordinary Zambian citizens who are non-partisan. That was there to winky, that was there to dupe the international community and all the heads of state so that they can go back to their country and claim and give a false report that President Edgar Chagwarungu is loved. The Kenyan president, the president of Zimbabwe, the president of Botswana, the president of South Africa, now they have gone with a message to think that President Edgar Chagwarungu is a popular man. To the contrary, That is what happened today, comrades. It is very sad.
Yeah, actually, you see one thing about the fun thing about dictators. Dictators are very fun people because one, they don't believe in themselves, but they will show force that they want to outside. They want to pretend that things are okay. That's the problem with the dictators. Now, when you look at the character of President Edgar Lungu, he's and PF, they are bad planners. I will take you through very quickly that they have tried so hard to make sure that these elections are impossible. In the first place, they had to delete the old register. After they were advised that you have lost the ground, and they came up with their own, fiction of a register that they had to go and register even kids, import our foreigners, and they register them as voters. But where have they ended? The same areas like Mpurungu, where they thought maybe they are going to have the majority votes. The people of Mpurungu are Zambians. The people of Mpurungu, they also feel the economic situation that every Zambian, every citizen in Zambia is going through. And today we thank the people of Mpurungu for demonstrating to the country, for leading by good example. At least a place which is manned by someone who works who's close to President Edgar Lungu, Mr. Freedom Sikaile. And this is one thing that I want the Zambian people to remember, that even in the army, the issues that are coming out from the military, the Zambia Army, the problem there is Mr. Freedom Sikaile. Freedom Sikaile, when we as you are aware that Freedom Sikaile and the current army commander, the army commander is a nephew. And possibly what that it means in Zambian setup. We know that probably even such jobs probably were given out of connections. And this is the influence that Mr. Freedom Sikaile is trying to take to make the Zambian army look like a group of thugs. And we don't want that. So you can see the connection. You can see how they are working out to make sure that they frustrate the people of Zambia. Now, the facts on the ground that the Zambian people, they should know today is that PF is not ready for these elections. This is why they are bringing Saquiba's court as a surrogate to start suggesting that, no, we can postpone the elections. I'm telling you today that the PF is more dangerous than COVID-19 to the people of Zambia. You can look at it, even just look at the issue, like the acquittal of Chitaru Chirufia and the Minister of Health, the former Minister of Health, the PS, acquitting criminals, people who have murdered Zambians. Because a person who goes to procure expired drugs for the country, the entire population, that person is a criminal. That person is a murderer. We have so many Zambians today. By the way, some of the doctors have contacted us. They have expressed concern to say the high increase in the death rate in the country is as a result of the expired drugs are also contributing. Is President Edgar Lungu taking responsibility? He's very quiet because he's part and parcel of those killers, which is unacceptable for the people of Zambia. Do we deserve this as a country? The answer is no. This is not the leadership that the country deserves. This is not the leadership that the country like Zambia deserves at this hour. We have the issue of the gassing. Zambians, as you prepare to go and vote, remember the issue of gassing. Why has the president not taken interest to investigate and give the people of Zambia a clear picture of what happened during gassing? Who was involved? Of course, we all knew how the whole drama started. Those who spoke against it, we had even Pastor Shimunzira Kajira, I don't know if it's Pastor Kajira from Copperbelt, being arrested for talking about the gassing. Later on, a mistake in terms of communication in the Zambia police happened. In the Zambia police, they told us the truth that the key suspect of this whole scheme is ABCD. The following day, we saw photos of that particular individual with President Lungu, Kampiongo, all PF senior officials, including the vice president, Madam Inonge Wina. They got exposed. Now, people of Zambia, imagine if that suspect was to be found with those photos if he was to take those photos with Hakainde Hichilema, I'm pretty sure Hakainde Hichilema today would have died in Mukobeko. These are the issues that Zambians, you should be thinking critically. Why is the president quiet about the gassing?
Yes, and actually,
this gassing that is you people who are singing Arewere Rapo. Personally, I don't hate President Edgar Lungu, but I don't like his behavior towards the country. The country, this country, we need to protect it because we are going to have children.
Sikaile, you need also to remind. You need also to remind the people about the banning of city markets. They told us that they knew who had banned city market, but up to now, the person who banned city market has not been disclosed to the Zambian people. The ritual killings, you remember the ritual killings and how many of our brothers and sisters we lost at the hands of these people. The issue of the retirees who were not paid their money, and up to now they are still lining up there at Ministry of Justice. Let us not forget about the 5,000 ghost workers in each ministry that were reported, through the Auditor General's report. There were 5,000 ghost workers, and these ghost workers, money was channeled to the ministers. Let us not forget the promises that they gave you, that they were going to recruit 90,000 teachers. But as we speak right now, only 1,000 teachers have been deployed out of the 90,000 teachers that they promised. Comrade Sikaile and Comrade Madam Pumulo Tumbeko, I want to tell you that these people, I agree with Comrade Sikaile by saying that they are more dangerous than COVID-19. Because in each ministry, they have committed crimes against humanity. Talk about the forestry. They are busy exporting mukuratiri. We saw it in Malaysia when mukuratiri that was coming from Zambia was documented and seen in Malaysia. We saw these things in the fisheries department where they are busy putting toxic substances in the Lake Tanganyika. They are allowing foreigners who are coming with chemicals to come and do massive fishing and thereby polluting our water. Talk about the Ministry of Home Affairs. We are told that up to now there are police officers who have not been paid. They are settling in allowance. They have not been paid. Some of them, their housing allowances, they are suffering. Talk about the Ministry of Defense. We have got, private soldiers. For your own information, comrade, we have got private soldiers in Zambia who are on government payroll, and these are only getting a small basic salary of 3,000 kwacha without housing allowance and hardship allowance. These are the soldiers who are maintaining the peace of this country, but they have been reduced to zero. Okay, now we are talking about this. Yes.
As you are still there, that's the thing that now, if you recall very well, a few minutes ago, I said William Musikazwe should be very fair to the Zambia Army. We know that him just a talk time allowance is about 3,000 or 5,000 for him, but that 3,000 that he gets as a talk time allowance, that's what those poor soldiers they feed their families on. They take their children to school on. Now, in this hard economy, then you want to deploy them in the streets to go and again fight it. Fight it because they want to deploy it he wants to deploy them to come to the streets and fight us. The very people who are speaking on their behalf, who wants their lives to change. So
yes,
my advice to the rest of the juniors in these securities, including from Zambia Air Force, including ZNS, we know what is going on. We know what you are going through, you people. And some of us as activists for human rights and good governance, what we just want is the best for you, the best for the country. We want every Zambian to have their share equal. What type of a country, a doctor is being fished out of the world, arrested, put in the police custody for asking a salary, yet a PF cadre go into the show's room, buys a very brand new Land Cruiser. He goes and flashes the money online. They boast here and there. Now, I've always stated that President Lungu has got nothing to do with any right-thinking Zambian. The people that is busy convincing, unless you have got a criminal mind. When you have got a criminal mind, you best suit in his camp, because when he tells you go and do that, you know that you're not going to say no. If you recall very well, one time their Secretary General Davis Mira said, "Mama Kitias, my bus drivers, keep them like eggs, because these guys, when you tell them go and vote, they don't ask you." That was a very big insult to the bus drivers and our marketeers. A sane leader, a leader who cares about their communities, they don't speak like that. Those people, they need their lives to be improved. But you have got an old folk, an old individual who goes to mock them because of the status where they are in. That is what defines the PF. That's what explains. So President Edgar Lungu, you know, even these titles that we give Aden, personally, this is my own opinion. I think President Edgar Lungu, he can't even qualify to be a village headman. Honestly speaking, if I was to be in that council, I can't make a recommendation of having him as a village headman, because he's a failure in life. And this is the thing that Zambians going forward we should think about. How would you get someone who failed as an individual? Just like Chimbakambwira has been telling that he had a simple car that he could smoke like I don't know, and you make him a president. If today I fail to manage my own, maybe I've got a wife and children, I fail to provide for them, I fail to make a future for them, and then you make me an MP, you make me a president. What do you expect you people of Zambia at the end of the day? You want I fail to be in charge of 5 people, then you want to make me to be in charge of 17 million, 18 million. So Zambians, let us begin to think critically. National issues, they should be taken so serious. That's why people like Shimbakambwiri, it's a shame at that age that he can go around, start dividing the country. When we have a lot of problems, our people across the country in rural areas are suffering. We have got mothers dying on their way trying to access these poorly funded health posts. We don't need this as a country. We need to discuss national issues that are going to build our country. We make our country so beautiful so that at the end of the day, we can help in terms of leaving a good legacy to future generations. But President Edgar Lungu is a mess, is a miss, is a disaster to have for this country. This is why the Zambian people, let us not give up, let us stand strong, let us be united and show him the door of exit together with all his colleagues, all the criminals. Thank you.
Madam Pumulo. So, real quick, Matomola, I was just reading a comment. Somebody wrote in a comment to say, the 3 of us here is a tribalism. I'm like, this is the whole problem in Zambia. Do you know me? How can you judge me from my name? There's no tribalism going on here. My family, my children is Mwila. My firstborn is Mwila. My secondborn is Musonda. My sister, she's married to a Nyondo. So this nonsense of tribalism, take it somewhere else. We are here to discuss the future of Zambia. That's it. You don't know me. You don't judge people by their names. Zambians, we are all mixed. Because I'm Pumulos Tumbeko, my roots spread everywhere in Zambia. Everyone is my brother, is my sister, is my son, is my daughter. So stop that nonsense. Do not bring tribalism. Start preaching hate speech here. My children, they are northern. We are everywhere. I have my other family, they are from Mwenilunga, in Kaleni over there. The other family, Eastern Province. Do not judge. That's why preaching tribalism in this country is going to be a big genocide, because we are all interconnected. Me, where I am here, my family spans all the provinces in Zambia. I'm connected by blood to all the provinces in Zambia. So take your tribalism elsewhere, please.
You see. Today I was so shocked that these politicians who preach the tribe in the PF, they have married Tongas, they have married the Roses. I don't know why tribe only kicks in when it comes to politics. Mao Sampa is married to Chimunya, who is a Tonga. Okay, where I am speaking right now, Okay, I have my better half from the Eastern Province, Vanessa Pidi. Is she Rose? She's not Rose. Mr. Sikaile here has got people close to him, very dear to him. He has helped a lot of people who are not even, from his tribe. On this platform, we have got Andrew. Where's Andrew? Andrew has gone. We have got Ben Manda, who is also from the other side. I've come to believe that the people who speak about the tribe, they are the ones who are more tribal. The moment you begin to distinguish and to talk about and to see the difference in terms of the other person's tribe, then you are being tribal yourself. That is why tribalism is in the hearts of those people who are more particular about which tribe you come from. Okay, when you have got your girlfriends, you don't ask which tribe she comes from. You have got Amaule, you have got Ama prostitutes that you go and meet, but you don't ask them which tribe. For you, you just see the beauty. When you go for a job, you don't ask which tribe the director comes from. Okay, so where is the issue of speaking?
Comrade Matomor, I think we just on that one. Today we are crying about a dead economy due to lack of good leadership. This is where we have lost it as a country. And if we are just going to be thinking that in Zambia, it's about the tribe of a person, not what the person is capable of doing, then we are going to miss it for the rest of our whatever, how many years we are going to be on this earth. But the most important thing for a country like Zambia, all these countries that we admire out to be beautiful countries being developed, people, they have looked at what is that particular individual capable of doing? What is that particular individual? What are you capable of offering to the country? But simply because maybe you claim maybe you have got the majority, whatever we can say, then you want to, even when you know that you are stupid, you can't even do any reasonable thing to change the country. Surely, you should be given a platform to be messing up things. Let us change. Yes. This is the 21st
Sikaile, we have some new people come on real quick. I would like to give a chance for everyone to talk. But on this issue of tribalism, it got to stop. You cannot judge me by my name. Mwamunaka Pumulo Stumbeko, ineni nebo na musonda panopondi. Ninebo na muida, mwana wandi ni muida. Mwana wandi ni musonda, ninebo na musonda, ninebo na muida. I have roots connected to everywhere in Zambia by blood. So you cannot judge me by my name and call me a tribalist. You people who are saying that are, illiterate. You don't know. Zambia has changed. You cannot judge people by their names. So next, Andrew, if you have a comment, or Wesley, or Ben, you can come on.
All right. Good evening. Good to see you, Mr. Sikaile.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi,
thank you for the opportunity. I was just held up with other stuff, but I'm happy to see everyone being active. And I want to say, just want to comment much on the tribal marks. There is no way, when you look at the situation, Kambwid, by going to ECZ, was supposed to apologize to what he said for the past some months, but ending up saying that he can't apologize to anything. That also causes havoc in the nation. It's a high time we understand what a politician is. Who's a politician? A politician, for now in Zambia, is only a person who wants just to feed his family and his own. It's not about people now. When you look at what is happening in our other camp, I would say, in PF, all they know is about criticism. Whatever they are doing, like, so to say, campaigning, they are not campaigning them. All they are doing is just to criticize others, not to tell people what they work on, what are their duties when they voted in. They have nothing to say, nothing to offer to the people of Zambia. It's all about tribalism, it's all about hate speech. That is also causing Zambia not to go forward, because All I know, this remaining period they would have done something big to show to Zambian people that they can continue. But what to say is, it's about criticism. I think I've nothing much to say. I want just to give chance to those people who are still there to comment. Thank you, sir and madam.
Thank you, Andrew. Wesley, you have something to say? Wesley, followed by Ben, and then Frederick, and then we can close. Come to Matomola and Sikaile for close. Wesley, yes, go ahead. You are on mute. You are on mute, Wesley. Wesley, you are on mute. Okay, Wesley is on mute.
Oh.
Ben, you have a, okay, he's live. Wesley, you are on mute.
Hello.
Yes, we can get you now.
You can get me now?
Yes.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, comrade. I think it's a great opportunity seeing someone like Mr. Sikaile, the way he's trying to explain to the public. To all viewers, let's not be deceived by somebody who is coming to blind you. Wow, you have your own 5 senses, and you have your 2 eyes and ears. You can hear and you can see. So let us work and open up our minds, like somebody was saying. Let us not be deceived by those who usually say the tribal marks. That won't help us anymore and won't take us anywhere. We'll be just remaining like this, struggling up and down. So I think that's what I had to say for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Wesley. Fred or Ben, you have a comment before we go to Matomola?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think Zambians, they have seen for themselves that UPND is not a party for tribalists. We have never preached tribal. It is the PF that are busy calling us names. They're trying to paint UPND as a tribal party, of which UPND is not a tribal party. I'm from Eastern myself. This is Frederick P. I'm not a Tonga. I'm just a Zambian supporting UPND. So most of the Zambians have seen for themselves that UPND is not a tribalist party. The other thing, the PF, they have shown the world how much they hate Hakainde Hichilema for denying him to attend the state funeral. President from South Africa have seen for himself that the President Lungu hates Hakainde Hichilema, and these other international guests which we had recently. So this is how much President Lungu hates Hakainde Hichilema. So my fellow Zambians, let's unite, let's put our minds together and form the best government ever. Forget about PF. PF is gone. And what I want to advise these other ministries, don't be abused the way the Ministry of Home Affairs have been abused. Please, the Ministry of Defense, don't be abused. Leave a legacy, a good legacy, that the people of Zambia will say, okay, we had the best ever Minister of Defense. Stand with the Zambians, protect the Zambians. The Ministry of Home Affairs, there is a chance you can change. Protect Zambians. Zambia is not only for PF. Zambian. Thank you, Zambian.
Thank you. Can you mute? If you're not speaking, can you mute? We have Ben, you want to say something, followed by Ruben?
Yeah, good evening, Mom, and thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. I really appreciate that. Just want to contribute some of over the topic that we are having here, and what the PF are doing in this country. This thing of tribalism, So that is a very cheap politics that they are doing. Instead of them doing something that is right, they're trying to bring in tribalism so that they can get that kind of level down. But I just want to tell somebody there to rise and fight against this, because whatever they are saying, it will never help them. They're just trying to bring someone down. They're just trying to bring this in so that they no.
Yes, you are breaking up. You are breaking up. So let's have Ruben.
No.
Ruben, you can come in. And Ruben, after Ruben, we'll have Juba. Juba, if you are ready. Ruben is not ready. Juba, if you are ready, you can come in. And then Robbie Piri, if you are ready. I see Robbie is ready. Robbie Piri, you can go ahead. So guys, if you're just joining in, we are here on Motomola TV. Somebody's echoing. Can you mute? We are here on Motomola TV. We are talking about the breaking news. We have been briefed by Mr. Sikaile. He's a human rights activist, and he recently informed the nation of a report which came out from the Amnesty International about the current status of Zambia as a country in terms of human rights. Mr. Sikaile is a human rights activist such as myself. So we are here to ensure that Zambia have a free and fair election. I have seen people saying that HH has promised us jobs. Me personally, I don't even know Mr. HH. I am just doing this because I want the people of Zambia. I want the people of Zambia to have a better life. Zambia is a rich country with a lot of mineral wealth, and what we are lacking is management. I'm not even a member of any group that is directly associated to HH. I'm just doing sacrificing my time to help you youth so you can have a better life. There is no reason why youth should be suffering, why anyone in Zambia should be suffering. We are a rich country. I'm not looking for a job. I'm looking to retire. I'm over 50 years old. I'm looking to retire. That's what I'm looking. But I want to retire in a peaceful country. I want to retire in a progressive country. Where I am today, I can choose to decide. I can decide to retire anywhere I want in the world. I don't need a job. I have worked over 30 years in my life. That's enough time for anyone to work. So if you are the ones who are looking for a job by preaching tribalism, they have promised you jobs to preach tribalism so that people, they come back to power. That is your problem. Me, where I am here, I'm looking to retire. I have over 30 years of work on my belt. So don't bring that nonsense on my page. I'll say it again. We are just here to make sure that Zambians have a better life, because some of us saw a better Zambia and we want to bring back Zambia. That's why we are here. That being said, we have people lined up to speak. There's a hand icon on your phone. Just press the hand icon and then we'll go in that order. But I know there is a Juba was next. Okay, I see Prophet is ready. So when you're ready to speak, just raise your hand so you can speak. Guys, we are going to be here for the next 15-20 minutes. This is an important time to Zambia, and there is a pandemic. This is an appropriate place for us to campaign and share ideas. And we are mourning. Today is a sad day. Me, I'm hurt personally what has happened, what they did to HH. Actually, what they did to HH, they did to all of us. It's like taking a knife and they stab us in our heart. They deny us to go and mourn our beloved Super Ken. It's very painful. Like it's a hatred of the West kind that I've seen in my lifetime in a political scenario in Zambia. It's very, very sad. So Prophet, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Madam, for this opportunity. Am I blessed for this opportunity? And I love this program. This program is very, very important to us youths. When we see what is happening in our nation, Zambia, like the Zambia was not the way it is today. In short, Madam, as for us, on our side, we need change. We need change. We need change for us. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Prophet. And next is, who's ready to talk? Juva, are you ready? And Robbie Piri?
Yes, Madam, I'm ready.
Okay, you can go ahead. Thank you.
Yes, it's unfortunate for what happened today concerning the denial for our president to go there for a funeral state. It's really unfortunate because we consider as the highest person in the leadership because he comes number 2 during elections. So it's the highest opposition leader. And in terms of recognition, where there is those heads of states from different countries, he also needs to be given a recognition. So due to their behavior of just posing tribalism on someone, or else they are forgetting that themselves are the most tribalist people, I think they need to also to consider that what they have done today, they are just campaigning themselves. You know, in the world, if they don't know, there is even a vote of sympathy. What you are doing to your friend or to your colleague or your opponent, you can give him a chance, an upper hand. In fact, they are giving us upper hand. So let's not even be worried. People of Zambia, they are able to see what they have done. So I think this is what I wanted to contribute.
Thank you so much, Juva. If you're just joining in, guys, please share in your groups with your friends and family. We have Mr. Sikaile here. He's a human rights activist with Amnesty International. At the beginning of this broadcast, he's shared very, very important information. So if you're just joining in, make sure you watch the beginning of this live, because a very important news that is threatening our national security was just shared by Mr. Sikaile. So make sure you watch this entire program from the beginning and also share with your friends and family so we know what's going on. Next is Robbie Piri. I see Mr. Robbie Piri, if you're ready, and then we'll go to Mulima. Robbie is not ready. Mulima is not ready. Lovell and otherwise, if you guys are not ready, I'll take it back to Mr. Sikaile. He can say a few comments before. Ruben, are you ready? Okay. So we are ready to close, guys. If no one has a comment, we'll take it back to Mr. Sikaile, and then I'll ask Matomola to close. So, Mr. Sikaile, the floor is yours.
Yeah, actually, I was almost asking to leave. I'll be attending some meetings in a few minutes. The thing is that one thing that I just want to, based on what I've just said, one key issue that I just want to highlight. Number one, we have, I think a few weeks ago, I issued some statements about the ECZ and the State House issues of the voters cards that they are getting and stuff like that. So today I made a request by writing to the Catholic Church to look into that matter seriously, to call upon its stakeholders, because ECZ has just said that, you know, ECZ is very quiet. It's not that they are not seeing those statements, they are seeing, but they are ignoring because they know that they are facts. And the State House is also very quiet because they know that they are very guilty. Now, as you have already said, that we have gathered whatever information that we feel we should share with the people of Zambia, so that the people of Zambia knows what type of ECZ we have. Honestly speaking, if those people at ECZ, I don't see anyone who means well to our country. This is why last time I said that when we go into these elections, especially youths, my fellow youths, let us face these elections like it's our future. It's our. Once these elections we let go, then we are done. There will be no future for the young people to talk about. And the entire country, we are going to have these elections. It will be Zambians versus PF and ECZ. Because ECZ, whatever you see ECZ, they are masquerading doing. They are not doing it independently. They are doing it under the shoes of what? Under the shoes of the State House. And let us take this, please, very serious. ECZ is not here to serve the interests of the Zambian people. Even the suspension of Kapishimba Kambu is not ECZ. It's the State House after they felt ashamed of their activities. But we want to remind people like Mr. Esa Ochuru, Mr. Shindano, that Zambia is bigger than you guys. That arrogance that you are showing, these elections are not meant for you. They are meant for the people of Zambia. Can you do the right thing for the people of Zambia? Unlike you being used like toys, as old as you are. Because if you see someone is abusing you, someone doesn't want you to do the right things, why can't you resign on moral grounds? Now, this must mark it to all those who are in public institutions, who are in a public office, who are sworn in to serve the people of Zambia. And one day you are going to be held accountable as an individual. The laws of Zambia, they will hold you accountable as an individual for failing the people of Zambia. Because you are not going to hide that because Edgar Lungu was incompetent. You have the capacity to resign if you see that Edgar Lungu is telling you to do the wrong things. So for you to be there, to be doing the wrong things, which means you are working hand in hand and you agree what Edgar Lungu is doing to this country. The other thing that we are coming on that I just want to highlight before I go is that we have taken keen interest to media houses, social media platform owners who are giving Mr. Chimbakambwe a platform to incite tribal in the country that this time around we are going to single you, to take each one of you as an individual. If you are a journalist, you are entertaining someone on your platform, regardless of the political affiliation they belong to, you are entertaining them to speak tribal remarks. We are going to write you as one of those people who are engineering genocide in Zambia, and you are going to be held accountable. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have
so
just
I'll be going.
Okay, no problem. You can leave. Thank you. So Mr. Sikaile was just here. He was our special guest. He has given us powerful information. What I can just say for now, he advised us to vote like our life depends on it. This election, our lives depend on this election. If we don't vote these people out, I don't know. Me, I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking for a job. It's you, Baba Youth. I'm fighting for you because you are my children. I am helping you. So tuikatane bonze, tuikatane, and deliver Zambia. That's why I'm here. I've worked already 30 years. 7, 6. I've done my part in the workforce. Now I want to retire. You know, I just do what I want. I've already worked. Moving forward, I will just do what I feel I want in my retirement years. Wow. This is your time. That's why we are asking you to show up in numbers. 30 years, after 30 years, I want you to be like me and help the youth. When you are 50 years, you should be like me and helping the youth. But if you don't change this government, I doubt you reach 50 years because you'll be perishing. This PF government is going to kill us indirectly, either through disease, either through bullet, or through depression. Frustrated, you can't find a job. While a simple disease, you die from frustration. Here where I am, people live until 94 years old. My mother-in-law, she's 94 years old. 94. Bale ipikana kustov so. Can you tell me of a 94-year-old in Zambia? People are dying because of policies, healthcare, frustrations, depression, no social services to take care of the aged. That's what we are fighting. So this tribalism, excuse me, please, take it somewhere else. Matomola, the floor is yours unless you have something else to say. Anybody who wants to comment something, you can come on. Otherwise, we are winding down. I see, Andrew, you have your hand up.
Yes, I think let's give Andrew and who else? Those who are just joining now, we can give maybe Brian or someone
Ruben,
else.
okay, yeah. Yeah, let's talk, guys. Let's talk. Okay.
Yes, yes. Hello. Good evening. Yes. Evening to the viewers. I want us to put this in mind. Those people are watching us live, please. We should not just leave it to us who are pushing in and day and night. Please, let us all work together right now. You know, I want to make sure that the movement of Mr. Davis Mwila for Patriotic Front should be watched, because last night he was sneaking with Mr. Esa Ochuru, which I am not sure about it. You know, it's a high time we observe the movement of these people. What are their plans? What are they up to? You know, it is scary whereby each and every day, I've just gotten information about another country where they are printing their ballot papers, which is very scary now. There is another country which they are printing the ballot paper. That's why when you observe the so-called jet for the president, it has been moving up and down. They are checking out how they are printing the ballot paper in another country, but I'm yet just to confirm. You know, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say here right now is this. You know, a country like Mr. Sikaile has already articulated, the country, it has to fight for it. No other people will stand for us. As being youth the way we are energetic to fight our country back. These people, they are not here for good. They are not here for the betterment of this country, but they are here to establish whatever wealth they want to have. They are already wealthy, but they still want to make sure they clear everything. Look at it, just recently, they have been given another loan, about 250 million US dollars. And then it's not even indicated. No one has ever even opened up. Why? It's all about pocketing their own. So our urge you, each and everyone, please, make sure, watch the movement of any political leader, more especially from ruling party. The movements at night, they are making some movements around 01 to 02. I don't know where they are meeting. You'd find that they just depart. Why? They are trying to make sure they leak. They've already planted how they leak. But as we are youth already, let us make sure we watch them. Time is now. We may look as if we still have time.
Okay, we are losing
another time. So
yeah,
I don't want to say the only thing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Mwale, you are Ruben, actually. Then Ruben, we have Mwale after Ruben. Ruben, you are next.
Yes, good evening, Mama and everyone who are watching us at this time. Okay, I just want to add something on what others have already said. This year's fight or this year's election, I don't think there's somebody again there who is a youth and they are a Zambian, well-meaning youth who is still in support with the PF. Yeah, and that person, I don't think it means well for this land. You know, I was watching Bototo this evening on is it QTV, Camnex TV, and what he was saying, you know, I agreed with him, and it came to my mind that I was supposed to share it here. Mbototo was saying or telling us to say, as youths, it's high time that should stop expecting maybe a big men of over 75 years in suits coming to address us. This is the time now of us youths addressing ourselves on issues that are affecting us. Now, just like what Mama Pumi's come from saying, she's about to retire. So to her party, she has already enjoyed her life. So even if PF wins or PF doesn't win, I don't think like it's going to affect her more because she has already lived her life. Now it's us youths. Now what are we going to do? We're supposed to open our eyes to what the PF government is doing. I was listening to news and then I heard something like they're about to open schools. Now something again came to my mind. Look, the government closed schools when the COVID cases, the third waves that started, they closed schools. And then they gave us the 21 days of national mourning and they canceled the campaigns and the all road shows that there's COVID. Now look what they have done again. They want to open schools. Why? Because they've seen that the 21 days is over. And then they're supposed to come up with another excuse. Now, which excuse is to open school so that after 3 days, they'll say pupils at the schools where they were going, they were getting COVID and they have taken COVID homes. So let's again add more days so that there will be no again campaigning, no again meetings. And then it will affect that, since now COVID has gone high, let's not voting. When we're talking every day about the postponing of election and the games which the ECZ and Isao, Shindano, and the PF are doing, we are not playing. There are things that are happening, and these people aren't sleeping each and every day. They are planning on how to make sure that election doesn't take place on 12 or the European do not win on the 12th of August. So let's make sure that we watch each and every step which these people are doing. And talking of Kambwili and the tribal remarks, the PF, okay, I don't know, sometimes I do love that, like what Siawan says, that I don't know who's advising the president sometimes. Those people, they don't love him, not at all. Because the decisions that they tell President Lung sometimes, even a little child can say that I think here the president is wrong. Just that we are not given that expression, say whereby you stand and say something and you'll be arrested. Look, they always point fingers on UPN, say that UPN is tribal, UPN is this, UPN is that. Okay, UPN, the president is Tonga, vice is Bemba. Isn't that tribal balancing? Now let's come to PF. I was watching a video where Professor Kandulo said that for me, I'm a Bemba from I don't know the part of northern, and then if I'm to die, how can you go and get a Tonga man from southern and to come and succeed me? Okay, can somebody tell me to say where it's written in the Zambia Constitution to say, for example, me who is Elo Valley, Northwestern, where it says I have no rights to go and stand as a member of parliament in Kasama? Where is it written? Because the Zambia Constitution says that one Zambia, one nation. So where I am, if I fit to stand, I have the right to stand. Now in PF, they say the ones preaching regionalism. So whereby if I'm to go to Eastern, just because my name says I'm from Northwestern, they'll say no, you can't do what, you can't stand here. But if you go in Southern there are people named Mulenga who are standing on the UPN ticket. There are people named Chanda who are standing. But if you want to stand today and go to Luapula, believe me, you're not going to find somebody who's Tonga who has stood on the PF ticket or in Northern. And are those not tribal? So these people, what they are doing, their own games, what they are doing, they're just trying like to to put butter on us to say it's us the UPN who are coming up with these things. And now I'm happy that the youths of Zambia, we have woken up now. We are able to see that this is what is happening, and this is what the PF are doing. Otherwise, let's not sleep, please. Where we have reached now, it's at a part where do or die time. No time for us to sleep. There's no time, and there's no time to relax. Okay, where you see a group of people, try to go there, try to find out what they're doing, especially at night. That's the time these people are doing. So don't go there and show that you are LP and you'll be attacked and they can harm you. But just go there as a watermelon or just as an agent who is just there to get something. Thank you very much. Let me give others a chance to say something.
Thank you, Ruben. Great points. Mwala, you are next.
Okay. Are you getting me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. How are you, madam?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. My young brother Mtomola, how are you? Matomola, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Mwari. Okay, it's good to see you around.
Yeah, I love your courage and every energy you're putting, fighting for the freedom of the youths. And I'm happy. Even though as pastors also we pass behind and they try to campaign behind, but this time I'm just coming open because I think it has been night time. Also, we should tell our congregants the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm speaking right now, I'm in Mplungu, but I live in Dola. Yeah, also we are passing ups and downs, trying to give the real information to many people, especially to congregants in different churches, because if we can allow PF to carry on for the next 5 years, this will be the worst country in Africa, where we cannot even compare with Zimbabwe. So we need to be very much steady as we are voting this year. And the other thing, me, I was PF, so I was even telling all my children and all my dependents to say, this time we need to change. So UPND has got 7 votes from my home, and I know they would do right things, and they will cast a vote in the right person. Yeah, we are talking about I'll start with Mr. Kambwili. I think Mr. Kambwili has been a threat to the nation. I even commented on that, I remember. I even called him to say, Akalamba, if you fear not from the chita, I think it's a norm. We know to say you want to impress somebody, but as people were a bit cross with the president, for some time.
Yeah, okay.
Being on that seat of a person, is a person whom you cannot even impress, is a person whom you cannot even know what he's thinking. So by the end of the day, if Mr. Gambwiri wants to apologize, or supposed to put it in written and deliver it to the president so that he can be acquitted for his cases, rather than now finishing his career, finishing his political career in short, because right now no one is taking him serious. So that person is a finished politician in short. So even though we try to put much attention on him, that person now has just turned to become useless. The way we followed him, the way he started loving his part and say, I think it's coming up well. Right now we see his head is empty. There is too much pretense. Yeah, coming to the issue also of the president of UPND, our incoming president in short. You know, this time I've seen a lot of maturity in him. I can't cheat you. I've seen a lot of maturity, and what I can just say, this is the right person for him to rule. He has ripe, he has experience. Those people are trying to say he has never been a councillor, he has never been a what? Did Kaunda alipo kansela nangu bushaba Kaunda badipo ni ba MP nangu badipo katwishi muro dizi anga barefita finshi. So tabadipo efyo fyonse. So chamena wene keroganiza right now nichi. This person who is saying ena terese wasalira HH wasalire lesa asalire ba Ediga. Nga ba Ediga ngari basalire lesa. He remembers twali kukawo convention. Nefyo bapitire nefyo twanine muri regius yandi no kuyafika twashama nani kane kukabwe no kuyafika kwa high court pamona ba vice president abalipo abakura ba GBM no urufumo rwabona bakambwiri n'abarubinda bashere bare organize kwa court na ifika irene yari yakwimya amaboko kumurungushi kuyu ati nabapita bushe tabare tontonkanya kwe fintu fya ifyo bushenire so asaria ngumwari kwa kabuchenjeshi so umutu fwire twaloleke shamo because most of the time if you are not looking into this we are busy singing. This is the reason why this generation looks as if it is cursed because we sing things which you cannot even understand. Coming to the crage also, they are following behind. They were coming in our fellowships, being in Dola, in Nakonde, giving 600 kwacha to say church empowerment, which is less than even the offering for one Sunday. A church empowerment, and the people, those pastors who are hungry, they were there clapping and very happy. It's a shame. And I told them to say, you can't correct this money. And it too, look, in churches, we receive a lot of people who are coming, who are living in poverty. But if we are not telling them the truth, which means we are going to have more pressure on churches. Because people, they have got nowhere to run to, so they come to church. They don't go to ministry of whatever, if you're with. They come to church to seek for help. In Ndola, whoever comes out from prison, he comes to my church to get transport money from Ndola to go back where he is coming from. Once they are released, they are not being given money to go back. So we need to think on those areas, but others, they are not thinking like that. We have got pastors right now who are thinking using their stomachs, not heads. They don't even sympathize for the generation which is coming. I don't know. Sometimes you can even feel like crying because no one has got a passion for Zambia. Everyone just think to be rich. Just think to be rich. We don't have people who are wealthy in the country because wealth people, which means that wealth will stay because it's you who establish. But they just want to look rich. By the end of the day, what is happening? They become poor. They do all sorts of things, stealing from the government, plundering government history. I'll come for. I think the government is not being fair. Vachitaruchirusho is supposed to be disciplined. What kind of courts do we have in Zambia? Sometimes if you say we are from means of justice, to produce that justice, even pano no fear, not address justice which we can see. A person has killed the thousands and thousands of people. Me, I'm speaking right now. My mom died because we went to the hospital. We found there is no ventoring for a person who is asthmatic. I drove my vehicle from there going to UTH. I found it was closed, the pharmacy that side. I can't buy ventoring anywhere. It was around 01. This is what is happening in our country, and that cannot even pain you. And you are busy supporting things which are foolish. Leaders, I don't know. I think I can just end here because this government is useless. Thank you.
Thank you, Bamwale. You know, it's true. What you have said is true. Me personally, I've lost 5 family members in the PF government. My mother and 4 siblings. Hello, I'm siblings. The rest by Chepanini. So for me, that's why you are saying therefore I want things to be correct. You know, I want to they can't find drugs in the chemists because these chemists, they say the dollar is too high. The dollar is too high, they can't afford to import drugs. In the private pharmacies, not because because the dollar inflation is too high, these business people, so this is what we are saying. They are being flown out of the country. But in this day and age in Zambia 2021, umuntu kuti afa because takudi ventoline or insulin takudi mwevantu. It's sad. It's sad. So this is where we are at. Otherwise, it's just a sad situation. It's really, really sad. My horror stories, I'm sure all of us here have a horror story. If you have to chitikira, inema yobale senda mensha yakaba. Pamu tuokuya mkusamba my late young brother Nishari Gwara, Kawe General Hospital. And my mother, she was an educated woman. She was a retired teacher. But this government reduced her. Where in a hospital, Kawe General Hospital is the biggest hospital in Central Province. Kabakwete, no running water. And this is why we are saying we want change. We can't be living like this in a rich country. Zambia, we are sitting on gold, diamonds. Whoever is saying you need to kuya China is all I can say. You need a psychiatric evaluation. I end here before they say namba kutukana bantu. I end here. Matomola, you can take over.
You see, Madam, I feel very touched by what Mr. Mware has said. It is very much shocking that we live in such type of a country that does not support human life. Okay. Yesterday, I was saying that it is so shocking that we are talking about isolation center. The way it become now, it's not a case. It's not a free isolation facility where you go there and everything is being done for you. It's because the special face masks, when you are admitted, there are some special face masks. I don't know what they call them. Give that special face mask for you for free. You buy, they write for you. Your relatives have to go there and buy. There are some special medication that they also prescribe. You go there and you buy, except for the vaccine. And now, the vaccine, the way it is, the first dosage, if you got the first dosage, you are supposed to get the second dosage. Now, the government of the day does not have money to procure the second dose. So what they did was they suspended the distribution of the first dose, because for you to be complete, you have to get the first one and the second dosage. But what they did, they suspended it because they don't have money to procure the second dosage. Now they are busy soliciting for funds from the international community where they have been tempted. So the reason why COVID-19, it's because there are no drugs in these hospitals. The reason why you are seeing that Mainasoko is full with the people, the people who are well to do, is because at Mainasoko, you pay for you to be admitted there. It's not a free service. Now, Mainasoko is meant to be a military hospital, meant to cater for services, even for those that are poor. But now it is a world of capitalism. In Zambia, if you do not have money, you die. The counter government will forever be remembered because for them, they are free medical care, free education, and these other amenities were free. But in our country, if you don't have money, you die. Even when you die there, again, if you don't have money, you'll be buried in a graveyard where after 1 week, your family, if they go there to check where you are buried, they'll find that there's a plot that has been mounted on the graveyard. And the owner of that plot is a cadre. That is what's happening in Chingwere. When you go in Chingwere today, go there after 2 weeks. There where you buried that person, there's a plot for a cadre. PF cadres are fighting for plots in Chingwere. If you go at Chingwere cemetery there, you find that there are big houses that are surrounding Chingwere there. Okay. So even when you are poor, you can't be buried decently in Zambia. Okay, you'll be buried just like a carcass. Graveyards now are the proper graveyards there at Memorial Park, where you are meant to pay a lot of money. So poor people don't even have anywhere to bury from. And this Ministry of Health, together with the local city council, we are very much disappointed in them. They came out last week, actually, just a few days ago, the Ministry of Health, together with the local local council, the local government, they came out in the open and said they are now considering banning dead bodies. I don't know what they call it. What word is this? There's an English word where they are banning dead bodies, like what they are doing in India. That should not be tolerated in our culture. I'm speaking about this side of the story because people don't know about what happens. Okay, we are living in a poor country where those who do not have food, those who do not have money, should be supported by the government. But what we see, our current government, the ministers, when they get sick, they were fighting in bed. You see the minister getting a call, Milpaki hospital in South Africa. Fast, South Africa. They were in bed with the wife. They were just having some play, tickling each other. Then the hand is like this. South Africa for medication. But
once you made me laugh.
Mr. Matomo, I beg to adjourn this case.
Even chifungarashi ngatabaikeresia bwino baisa mfwe chifungarashi umulopa wambo kwenda fast chifungarashi bali pandeke.
Continue, sir. Continue.
Serious surgeries post up on my Facebook. No, this person needs medical attention. The ministers, they don't even have the remorse. The government doesn't even have the package to take care of the people. I think I submit on this one so that other people can talk.
I think we are almost there, so we're just gonna wind down. I just want to say on the COVID, the government received its financing from the international community to procure supplies for COVID, because we knew it was going to hit. It was just a matter of time. So the money that was provided, it was supposed to be used to procure the necessary equipment and pay allowances for the medical personnel. But the money has disappeared in thin air. I have a sad story. My friend lost a friend in Kalulushi. So my friend's friend contracted COVID, and then she was in the hospital. Then the husband went to see her, but the husband did not have a mask. So then the doctors told the husband to say, you cannot come into the ward without a mask. So he went away, and then he came back. He actually snuck into the COVID ward without a mask. So the long story short is like both the husband and wife, they both died from COVID. So what I'm saying here is, like, how can that even happen? People are dying not because there is COVID. People are dying because we are not treating them. We don't have the correct treatment, preventive material. COVID is it's highly infectious, but it's preventable. So this is the government that we have, and it's just sad. So we are done. I think Andrew want to say something, and then Java you can close. After Java we can close.
Yes, ma'am. I want us to ask, I think, Mr. Honorable, Mr. Matomola, you can go ahead and ask for us. People donated a number of equipments and the materials to use to deal with COVID-19, my face mask and other sanitizers, but I don't see those things being distributed. Because I know when you're going to the clinic, that's a sad story, like you've just explained what happened in Kalulusha, Mama. You can't chase someone just because he has no face mask. Hospitals were given a bunch of face masks to distribute to people. But where are those things? Where are those things? Where are we going? All I believe is that last year, we received a number of things when Mr. Chitaluchirufia was still the health minister by then. But where are the things? Is it distributing to their private clinics or what? This is uncalled for. It's not making sense. Where are those things? I think Mr. Matomola, you can confirm for us, find out for us, where are those things? Thank you.
Juva, you are next, and then Matomola will close after Juva.
I think I just want to review on what we discussed yesterday over the issue of ECZ and these MPs who are not campaigning. I think last time I was watching Mr. Matomola to say that there are MPs who are not campaigning, and I confirmed to say that here in Ndola, specifically Bwana Mkubwa and Kabushi, these MPs, they need to be serious. If you go on the ground, people want change and people want to vote for new MPs. They don't want handouts like the one that Bomani distributes. So if at all our MP can be on the ground, moving up and down each and every day, people will be able to see him, which means we'll have an upper hand at the respective constituencies, Bwana Mkubwa and Kabushi. I think this issue needs to be so much desired. As long as we leave it like this, at the end of the day, these people may end up disappointing us. For the issue of Kabushi Central, Ndola Central, and Chifubu, we don't have any problem. But I need to see these MPs from Kabushi and Bwana Mkubwa campaigning. That's when I'll be happy. I think that's the end of my contribution.
Okay. Thank you so much, comrade, for your submissions. I think we have exhausted much of our time on this. Every day, for example, where Panotkamba my issues. You know what, Madam Pomuro?
Yes, my son.
Today on program, I think to
Ishi mwana wandi. Ninsaka, yes. The Insaka. So we can sign off. Tuarashala in the background. Let's just sign off from Facebook. Okay, bye guys. Thank you for joining us. We are here every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Thank you for watching. God bless.